Jane's World. It's me. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the Jane Tovar podcast hour I'm calling Janie's World. Like Wayne's World, the movie, which I have not seen. Now, you might be thinking, who is this delicious young woman and shouldn't she be getting ready for the prom or something? And you're correct, but instead I decided that I would talk to myself in a closed room for roughly 30 to 45 minutes and then upload it to the internet where anybody with a stable connection could access it. So here we are. Welcome to Jane's World. Okay, so today on Jane's World, I thought I would talk about some things that I am obsessed with because I don't really have healthy fixations. I find things that I like, and then I completely overdo them. I do things too, I go too hard. I go too hard sometimes. But at the same time, if we didn't have obsession, Mariah Carey would just have to say, "Why you so with me?" And it wouldn't make any sense. And it probably wouldn't have even cracked the top 100. So just something to think about. The first thing that I'm obsessed with right now is my stimulus check. Stimulus check. It's like a gun sound effect. My stimulus check finally came, which is fantastic. I personally invested in a chair because right now I'm sitting on a little wooden picnic chair with a hemorrhoid pillow on it. And sure, it's better than sitting on the floor, but it is also probably the reason that my vertebrae, if you aged them cryogenically and carbon datedly, would be the same as Prince Philip, who's very old man. So that's exciting. These are the kind of things I get excited about now as an adult, allegedly. I mean, in a couple of years, I'm still on my parents' health insurance, so I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but anyways, I'm obsessed with having money, which is really sad because that's not a joke. I really enjoy being able to be sheltered and have a reliable and consistent supply of food. So that's just kind of what, but I'm an Aries, so we really like those things. We like that. It's just nice to have a little bit of money. I'm going to put some of it, I'm going to pay for my credit cards and my car payment. Psych! I don't have a car payment and my kid's daycare bill. Psych! I don't have a kid because I don't hate myself. That's not why, anyways. And I'm also going to maybe splurge and get some new drip guards for my oven. But, that's the beauty of living in a building that was built in probably 1976. The rent is really cheap. And sure, the thing growing in my bathroom might be black mold, but it also might just be mold. So I guess we're just going to have to take it from there. That's fine. If it was black mold, though, I have the money to hire somebody to come and spray it with bleach for me. I think that's what you're supposed to do with black mold. I should probably look into that. Anyways, my other thing that I'm obsessed with this week is the new release from, how do I say this? Critically acclaimed and undeniably talented singer-songwriter Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, known professionally as Lana Del Rey, and also one of the most cringe-inducing and smack my head emoji eliciting, I want to say tantrums, that has come out in the last fiscal year. Now, if you don't know, and you probably do if you're listening to my podcast, because you're probably gay or depressed, Lana Del Rey made a statement last year about how she was so upset because the media and society gave black women so much leeway when it came to expressing themselves sexually and bodily. And she kept on getting the short end of the stick. And why does everybody make fun of me when I sing about sex? And then it got worse somehow. Because when people said, so Lana, I get that you're upset. I hear that in your voice. I want to respect your feelings. And also, what the fuck did you say? And then she said, well, you guys are all just being really mean to me, and I'm doing important work and changing the world, and I've dated rappers, so I couldn't possibly be racist. That is actually what she said. Not in so many words, but that's what she said. So you can imagine my hesitancy to dive headfirst into her sixth LP, lovingly titled Chemtrails Over the Country Club. All right, let's break it down. A chemtrail. A chemtrail is one of those things in the sky that people think is like a government ploy to poison our oxygen or something. I think. I'm almost positive that that's what it is. Okay, so a chemtrail. Okay, so, dark, mysterious, kind of edgy, but also sort of sexy. Over the Country Club, where white people dress really white, I guess, with the khakis and the sweaters tied around your neck. And I still don't really know what to make of that. Like, what about the chemtrails over the country club? What about them? I don't understand. But the songs are fire. I hate to admit it. And that's the thing about Lana, is that she's one of those people that you listen to even when you know that you probably wouldn't invite them to your bat mitzvah or something, anything important. Kind of like Azealia Banks, but in a less extreme situation. I still listen to Azealia Banks songs, even though she would definitely hate me. But, nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's all that I'm saying, is that nobody's perfect. And also, that is all alleged. It's alleged. Anyways, I really actually quite enjoy it. I don't know actually if I'd use the word obsessed, but that's what we're doing right now. We're talking about my obsessions. So we're going to say that it's an obsession. Obsession number 3, turmeric. Did you know that inflammation is an extremely prevalent issue in ailing bodies like mine? Like my mother's, Turmeric is a wonderful and lovingly colored yellow substance that apparently is good for your joints or something. I have it with some milk and ginger, and I feel like I've done enough for my health for that day. So then I just watch cartoons from 2005 for the rest of the day and feel really bad by the time 7:30 comes around. And then I just have a depression meal. But still, turmeric, fantastic. Would recommend it to a friend. Probably will. What else am I obsessed with? I tried a guided meditation recently. Guided meditation. It's for people who are too stupid to just sit in silence for 20 minutes. You have to have a voice constantly tethering you to the real world. Still, I quite enjoyed it. It was nice. This certain guided meditation that I was listening to told me to imagine myself in a beautiful sea of trees. Some would call it a forest. And I'm going up this incline to the top of a mountain. And as I'm going up, I'm supposed to take in the sounds and the sights of the natural world. Worms and bunnies and tigers, probably, and trees. And then by the time I get to the top, it's this beautiful flat plateau. And I look all around me and I see God's majesty. It was all right. The meditation, well, and God's majesty too. It was fine. I had to imagine all of it. And it was late at night, so I was already tired. Maybe I just fell asleep for 10 minutes. Oh my God. Does that count as guided meditation? I'll have to look into that. That'll be my obsession for next week. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. Anyways, my other and final obsession is this cartoon that I've been watching. Big surprise, Jane. It is from the producers of Regular Show, a show that I never watched. And it's called Close Enough. It is on HBO Max, which I absolutely pay for. I pay for it every month. That is the truth of the matter. There are 2 seasons, 16 episodes, and I started it yesterday. Oh my God. Yesterday? Oh my God. I started it yesterday, and I have 1 episode left. It is actually surprisingly cute and funny. It's obviously an adult show. They say shit and talk about sex and all that good stuff. The good stuff. And it's really funny. The voice actors are great. And it's just really... Danielle Brooks from Tasty from Orange is the New Black is the landlord, Pearl. It's very cute. It's basically about these early 30-something-year-old parents and their little 5-year-old daughter. And that's kind of it. That's kind of the premise. But it's sort of like part slice of life and part sci-fi. It gets really weird at times, but I kind of like that. Sometimes I like to get weird. though, I guess I'm going to have to figure out something else to watch. You guys ever, like, watch cartoons for 23 years straight and then you think, maybe I'll watch, like, a TED Talk or, like, learn how to do sound design? And then you realize that you have to have an attention span to actually get anything out of those. So you just watch cartoons again. I feel like the same thing happened to me with video games. I used to love video games. I was never good at video games, but it was fun to transport myself into some fantasy world with flying swords and magical clouds just for a little while. And now when I try to play video games, all I can think is, oh my God, wait, are the curtains too close to the heater? Oh my God, we're already dead. We're already dead. And that kind of takes me out of the whole experience. But anyways, I guess bonus obsession would be making this podcast. Oh, doggies on a stick. It's called a corn dog. I am so excited to be doing this podcast. This podcast, assuming that there's no trademark currently pending, is going to be Jane's World. It's a parody of Wayne's World, I guess, from the 90s, but also I'm Jane and this is my world. Everything that I touch is part of Jane's World. So don't forget to stay tuned for my other podcast with my sister, Two Dumb Bitches, because quite frankly, I've been training for it my entire life, being a dumb bitch. All right. Tell me what you're obsessed with. Although, don't keep going on and on and on. I really maybe just like some bullet points for me. All right. I'll see you guys next week or possibly next year. Bye.